everyone, Flora here, and today I want to talk with you about happiness and the number one thing that you can do to achieve it. It might surprise you, it may not surprise you, but the number one thing to achieve true happiness in your life is to be honest. Honest with yourself, first and foremost, and then honest with the other people in your life. And recently, there's been a lot of shifts and a lot of changes in my life and in my business. And how those changes came about was really truly being honest with what resonated with me and what basically didn't resonate with me anymore. And what was working and what wasn't working. And this is something that I help my personal clients with and my Mastermind Mafia clients with all the time. Hi Susan, hi Marita. And so I want you to think about a situation in your life that feels a little bit off, okay? Think about it for just a moment. And when you're thinking about this situation that feels just a little bit off, that you might not have in the past been able to pinpoint what has been off for you or about it, I want you to think about, are you being honest with yourself, truly honest with yourself about this entire situation? Hi Zachary, hi Randy. Go ahead and drop in the comments below your hellos and where you're tuning in from. So really think about, are you being honest with yourself about this situation? Hi Melody, yay, yes, thank you Flora, you're very welcome. So recently, last year in about, the end of last year, Melanie says, tuning in from Queens, New York City. Awesome. I have a lot of clients over in New York City. So last year, I was feeling that there was something a little bit off about my business. And I couldn't quite pinpoint what that was. And I'm like, do I still love what I do? Absolutely. Do I love offering the things that I do? Yes. Do I love the way that I'm offering it? No. And I was like, ding, ding, ding. Okay. All right. I need to figure out what this is. So I started to kind of play around with how I could still offer what I offer, but in a different way that felt better, that felt more authentic, that felt, more in alignment with who I am now. So what I did was I restructured my business and I'm now only offering two things, which is awesome. Well, yeah, basically two things, my Mastermind Mafia and private coaching. So, also with that shift, there's been some relationship shifts and changes in my life. Things that just felt off for a long time, but couldn't quite articulate what it was. And when I would try to articulate what it was to these few, people, it just didn't come across right, or my meaning wasn't clear to them. And so it was just kind of like over their head. Finally, I was like, okay, what is this? And how can I really just clear the confusion or clear this off feeling? And one of them was to just completely just say, you know what? I don't think this is not the relationship that I thought it was going to be. I don't feel, anyway. So I chose to end the relationship. And the other person, or the other, situation that I was in with someone else, I shared my truth because it was feeling, kind of about the same thing. And the other person was like, oh my gosh, yes, totally down with that vibe. And we were able to just actually meet in the middle, talk about it really constructively. And it was so amazing and such a healing and such a cathartic thing. But it all started with me getting really honest about what felt good and what didn't feel good, and what really felt authentic for me. And sometimes sharing your truth with yourself can be a little bit like, oh my God, wow, this is crazy. But then also sharing your truth with someone else can be a little bit scary. But when you do it and the other person honors and respects what you share, all of a sudden you start to come to a place that is just absolutely, absolutely incredible. So Michelle's tuning in from Marysville, Washington. Susan is tuning in from Houston, Texas. Awesome. Hi, Nicola. So I really want you to think about the situation that feels off for you, okay? And I want you to ask yourself, what part of it feels off, okay? Hi, Lisa. And also, have you been truly honest with yourself? Because it's easy for us, especially when you have friendships that have been around for a long time. It's easy for us to dismiss certain behaviors or dismiss certain things and just go, well, you know, that's nothing. Such as, you know, someone crossing a boundary that they shouldn't cross, or doing things that are just absolutely just you do not resonate with. You know what I mean? So really think about this and be honest with yourself. And this could be work relationships, this could be personal, this could be whatever. And the reason why that I bring up relationships when I'm talking mainly about happiness is that we are a tribe mentality. Like, we as humans have a tribe mentality. We want to be part of a tribe. We want to be part of a community. And so when you have even 2 or 3 friends, okay, you want to be liked, you want to be included, you want to have that sense of tribalship or that sense of community. And so if something feels off with one of your close friends, all of a sudden you're just like, well, they're my close friends, so I'm just going to dismiss it. If something feels off with someone that's in not your inner circle, but just kind of in you know, your acquaintance outer circle, you're just kind of like, something feels off, but I don't really associate with that person a whole lot, so I may or may not address it. If something feels off with the, you know, like people like way out here that you're just like, oh, hey, you maybe see them like once or twice a year, and something feels off, you're just like, yeah, I'm just not even going to make the effort and even just have that person in my life. You know what I mean? But you can pinpoint enough to say, yeah, I don't like that person, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. And the thing is that when you're honest with yourself, and I get this, I see this all the time with my coaching practice and with the, you know, healing work that I do, is that so many times people stay in relationships because they feel obligated. Because, well, I've been friends with this person for 15 years, and so we need to stay friends. And that totally impacts your level of happiness. There's that energetic drain and pull that comes with that obligatory relationship. You know what I mean? And so the number one key to happiness is, first and foremost, be honest with yourself about what you want and what you don't want in relationships. Because like I said, relationships are like the backbone of human society and just us being a human. You know what I mean? Yes, Lisa's like, oh my God, yes. Yes. And so when you can say, you know, I'm just not feeling this relationship anymore. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? Now, don't do it out of avoidance, or don't do it out of spite or out whatever. Just do it because you're being honest and you're just like, I don't, you know, if it's a toxic relationship, this is a toxic relationship for me. This is not good. If it's a one-sided relationship where you're doing all the giving or you're doing all the receiving and it's not balanced, it's not in harmony, ask yourself, do I want to be in a relationship with someone who's just taking and taking and taking, or just giving and giving and giving, or is just not reciprocating? And I'm not saying that you have to be in a relationship that is tit for tat. I'm not saying that, because that energy never works. But it's a relationship where both people see the other person as who they are, and they both reach out to each other. Hey, how's your day? Doing great. How's your day? Yay! And you both want to make the effort. But if you're constantly the one giving and you're not receiving, that's a draining relationship. And that's the one type of relationship that I see the most of with my clients, and even in my own personal life. You know, there was just a few select people in my life that it was just constantly, I was the one reaching out, nothing in return. I would call and call and call, nothing back. And I'm like, why am I even in a relationship with this person? Really? You know, I could disappear off the face of the earth for a year, which I did. Nothing, no communication from this person. And I'm just like, seriously? You know, and finally I'm just like, I'm done. You know? So be honest with yourself. Really, truly be honest with yourself about your relationships and how much they impact you and how much they truly affect your happiness. And like I said, the number one way to get happy is to be honest with yourself about what you're putting up with, what you're not putting up with, what boundaries you want in place, what parameters you want to set, and start sharing and speaking your truth. Yes, your voice may shake. Yes, it might be terrifying, but you know what? There's a better way. You can just say, hey, this isn't working for me. You know, that one person that I spoke with and I said, hey, you know, and I brought up a situation that happened several months ago, and that person was like, well, why are you just now bringing this up to me? And I'm like, well, I tried, but, you know, I tried to call you so that we could talk about this over the phone. You never have time for me, so I'm just doing this over text. Sorry, you know. And then the person lashed out, and I'm like, look, you know, I'm being honest, and we need to redefine how our friendship looks. And then that totally triggered the person, and I'm like, hello, you're triggered. That's not what I said. And then it just kind of blew up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. Because that person just wasn't able to see my reality and my perspective. And that showed me truly how, or what depth of friendship we truly did not have, you know. So relationships can be tricky. They truly can be tricky. They can be glorious and they can be disastrous. But the key in any relationship that you're in is to be honest. First and foremost with yourself about why you're in the relationship, what you expect out of it, what you don't expect out of it. And basically what your definition of what you're in, you know, if it's a close friendship or a best friend or an acquaintance, a work relationship, a partnership, is it platonic? Is it, I mean, all this stuff, what is it? And those are definitions. Those are things that really should be spoken about, because when they're not, assumptions are made and people get hurt. People feel all these feelings. Share the feelings. Share the feelings. I actually have, you know, one of my clients, we were talking the other day, and she was sharing with me about her partner. And they've been together, I think, 8 or 9 years. And they were talking about how all this behavior was going on. And I said, if you were with this person for 2 weeks, would you be putting up with this? She's like, oh, hell no. And I'm like, why are you putting up with it now? She goes, oh, something just shifted. She goes, I can't even believe I didn't think about this before. And so it pays to have another perspective sometimes. And so if you have a close friend that you can speak with about these things, or if you need to speak with your close friend about these things, do it. But first and foremost, speak with yourself. Get really honest with yourself. And when you release relationships that are not beneficial for you, not in, okay, so many people could take that so the wrong way. Not from a energy vampire type way or from a egotistical way, but relationships should be symbiotic. They should have that beautiful dance with each other, okay? It should not be one-sided. If it's one-sided, that is not a healthy relationship. It's not. And so really get honest with yourself and bring that honesty to the table with, again, yourself first and foremost, and then the other people that are in your life. And release those toxic relationships. Release those relationships where people make you feel like shit for just wanting to have a phone conversation. Release those relationships that make you feel less than, that are in with a bully. And start to bring those relationships closer who are nurturing, who are uplifting, who see you, who truly see you and understand you, and are there with no expectations. It's like, I'm here, I'm your friend, what do you need from me? How can I help you? And the same goes for the other person. The other person will also say, hey, how are you? What can I do for you? Yada, yada. It's that give and take. It's a beautiful dance of the giving and the receiving. Those are the beautiful types of relationships, you know, and that's the thing, is that with social media nowadays, so many people are hyper connected, yet they feel so disconnected. They feel so disconnected. Well, I see you on Facebook all the time. That's not talking with me. That's not actually having real communication. This is Facebook. This is YouTube. This is a website. This is Instagram. This is Snapchat. These are little snippets of time that are frozen in reality, that literally are those frozen moments in time whenever you snap on your phone and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm doing a Snapchat, or yeah, I'm doing an Instagram, or yeah, I'm doing a Facebook Live. That does not make up for a lack of communication in real life, in real time, over the phone, in person, over Skype, over video chat, whatever. So I encourage you to really look at how happy are you? Are you happy with your relationships? If not, be honest with yourself. And I know I keep repeating this because this is so true. So many people are fooling them. They're not being honest with themselves. They're not truly saying this is a toxic relationship, or this is not healthy, or hey, this is a really healthy relationship. I want to nurture this so that it gets even better, you know, so that it gets even stronger. So I'm not just bagging on toxic relationships. I'm also looking at these good relationships. Nurture them. Be honest. You know, I really like being friends with you. And you can say that to the person. You know, I really like being your friend. You're just so awesome, or whatever it is, however you feel about that person. Be honest. But whichever way that you're in, whichever side of the fence you're on, okay, honor it. And then take that next step. Okay? So that's it. I mean, really, be honest with yourself. And then the next step is basically saying, hey, thank you for our friendship. I love being friends with you. Or, you know, I think we're going to not be friends anymore. You know, Dane Cook has this fabulous video, this kind of skit, if you will, about two people dating. And he goes, why do people have to fight when they break up? Why don't you just say, yeah, this isn't working for me. And the other person's like, yeah, you know, it's not working for me either, and then you just go your separate ways. But no, there's got to be all this resentment and all this back and forth, back and forth. That's ego bullshit. You know, I think if both people would be honest, people would say, yeah, this isn't working out, or yay, it's been swell, have a nice life, whatever, you know. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to feel rejected, I don't want to feel this and that. Why would you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you in the first place? Or who has a completely different way of thinking than you do about friendship? Why would you still want to be? It's almost like someone who you have no idea who they are. Let's just say you have no idea who, well, no, that's not a very good idea. I was going to give some random ass example and it wasn't a good example. Anyway, you know, it's kind of like someone just poking you with a stick and you're like, dude, stop poking me with a stick. Well, I'm poking you with a stick because I want to poke you with a stick. And you're like, well, I don't want you to poke with, I mean, seriously, this is what it's like. And you still are sitting by that person who's poking you with a stick instead of getting up and going across the room and sitting someplace else. You're just sitting there and they're still poking you. Like literally, that's how these relationships are. And finally, after some odd years, someone gets pissed. Stop poking me with the stick. They pick the stick up, they break the stick, they do whatever with the stick, okay? This is all metaphorical, but I can tell you this is time and time and time and time and time and time again in relationships. I get this so often in my coaching practice, but this is why I decided to make a video on it, because it's so pertinent and it's so pressing right now. So, to sum up, be honest with yourself about your relationships, if they resonate with you, if they don't resonate with you. And either way, act on it. Give yourself permission to be honest and speak your truth to those people in your life. And be willing to discuss. And if the other person isn't willing to discuss, then you know their level of commitment to the relationship. And that's a sure ticket to go, okay, bye, see you later, you know. And that might sound superficial and that might sound whatever, however you feel that it sounds. But for me, good riddance, because I want people in my life who value me as much as I value them. And my friends, I value them so much. But if I don't see that they value me, I'm out. I'm not going to waste my time, you know. So anywho, I have something special for all of you watching. This has been almost a 20-minute video. So over the years, I have noticed that people tend to make things very hard. They tend to overthink things. They tend to just feel overwhelmed and frustrated, lacking confidence, lacking that self-assurance of being able, well, and also lacking clarity about what it is that they really truly want. And so I have a program called Ease, the 7-day reboot. And in this program, I teach you how to get back into ease, how to get back into clarity, how to get back into having the courage to speak your truth, getting back into the confidence of actually saying, yes, I'm going to take action. And I want to give you access to this program for $10. Okay, so how you can get access to this full program, it's normally $197, but I want to give you access to this full program for just $10. So This program, it's called Ease, the 7-day reboot, is in my Mastermind Mafia membership. So I want to give you, as a thank you for watching this video today, and also as encouragement to help you take this step, or these steps that I've outlined in today's video, and run with it, I want you to click the link below. There's actually going to be 2 links. One link will bring you directly to the sneak peek checkout page, so you can grab your 15-day $10 sneak peek for the Mastermind Mafia. The other link, which is link number 2, will be to the Ease program page so that you can actually see what Ease is all about. And if you want in, then you can simply click the checkout button on the Ease program page, and then you can grab your sneak peek. It's a $10 15-day sneak peek as my gift to you for watching today's video and hopefully implementing what it is that you have heard today. So that's my gift to you, simply because I love you. I love my community. I love all of the people that show up every single day and truly want a better life. You all are freaking rock stars. You are. And you commit to yourself by watching these videos, by possibly taking my programs or hiring me as your coach, and you come back day after day and you consume the videos that I produce. And that's not something that I take for granted, okay? It's not. You all are absolutely incredible, and I love helping you. And it's kind of a selfish thing, because I'm like, I love seeing people go from where they are to where they want to be, and I'm like, yay! So sometimes I think I'm more invested in you than you are in yourself. But, you know, I really get into my work and I love what I do. And my mission is to help everyone that sees my videos feel more clear about what they want, and to gain the confidence and courage to actually go out and do the things that they want, you know? And so if you have found clarity today, and if you feel a little bit more courageous and a little bit more confident, I want you to click the link below, and I want you to accept this gift. Yes, there is a little monetary, little something something for it, but $10 normally, like I said, it's $197 normally. So click the link, grab access to the Mastermind Mafia 15-day sneak peek, and then go to, when you log into the Institute or the Mastermind Mafia, click on the spiritual development or, you know, personal development drop-down box, and you'll see Ease right there. Click on it, jump in there. It's a 7-day reboot, and it is freaking epic. It is so freaking epic. So, hi Nicole, Lisa, thank you, yay, thank you Marita. But also thank you Pamela. Also, share this video with anyone that you feel might need to hear this message today. Okay, share it on your personal page. If you have a business page and you feel that your peeps would need this, share it, because relationships are the backbone of our society. They're the backbone. I mean, it truly takes a village. I mean, I've got shirts. I'm not wearing that shirt today. I was actually wearing it a couple days ago. But I truly believe that it takes a village. And when we forget that, when we all of a sudden just think we have to go it alone, or we have to just put up with bullies or bullshit, life gets hard and it gets overwhelming, and you're like, ugh. And so we need to get past that. And this is one of the ways that will help you do that. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. And be sure to like and subscribe and comment and share and click the links below. All right? I love you so, so much. Lisa said, I already invited my youngest son. Woohoo! Hi, youngest son from Lisa. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.